Marriage is really doable, but it's going to be a game changer for everybody.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why I wrote this book, to let people know that in a great marriage, all things are possible. Marriage is doable.
Marriage is really doable, but it's going to be a game changer for everybody.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's why I wrote this book, to let people know that in a great marriage, all things are possible. Marriage is doable.
Hello.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. Marriage is doable.
I'm LaShaw Mobley, and this is my co-host,
Marcus Mobley.
my awesome husband, friend, and pastor. So on this channel today, we're going to be talking about communication. And it's very important that you communicate with your spouse. It's helping build a relationship when you talk to each other. And that's one of the things I wrote in my awesome book, Marriage is Doable.
I like you always slide a nice plug in there with the book.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I'm communicating with you tonight or this evening or the
In the
morning
morning.
that you can receive this book on Amazon, or you can email me at mariemobley 56@yahoo.com.
Put it in the comment section. It'll be easier.
Yeah, I'm going to put in the description. So that's one of the things that I wrote.
Description box.
Description box. What I said.
Comments. I said comments.
So you messed up.
Communication is key.
So that's one of the things that I wrote in my book that you have to get to read because it's excellent. And it says, if you don't communicate with your spouse, how can they know how you feel? Communication is important. So what would you say about that tip?
Say it again.
It says,
I'm sorry. You gotta communicate.
it's okay, I can read it again. It says, if you don't communicate with your spouse, how can they know how you feel?
And that's the key right there. And I wanted to really want you to do it again because sometimes when we're explaining and when we're talking, your spouse may have not heard you or understood you. So be patient enough, just as Lady LaShaw just demonstrated, to just go over it again. Because if you want your point to get across, you should have the patience enough to re-express it.
Yes.
That communication is heard. That's the whole key to the end of the matter. You want your communication to be heard.
Amen. So that's one thing that we learned at the beginning of our marriage is that we had to communicate. Sometimes as women, we assume that our spouses know, well, you could take a man or women. We assume that our spouses know what we're thinking or what we're going to say. But we can't assume. We have to be able to open up our mouths and ask questions, find out what they're thinking and how their thoughts is about any kind of situation.
What would you say would be a good exercise to develop that communication? What would you?
Basically, sitting down talking. Like, come up with a topic and just talk about it. How do you feel about it? Maybe a situation happened, or you just, make up topics, or even look up Marriage is Doable and you talk about it.
And that is great when you can sit down and talk about it and literally write down a topic that you want to communicate. And watch this. Give yourself maybe 2 or 3 minutes, each person, without going back or without interrupting, without cutting off. Because that's what happens a lot of times. Before the other person can finish their statement, we already got a thought, what we want to say. So you're not hearing what the other person's saying. So take the time, write down the topic, and take maybe 2 or 3 minutes and let that person expound on that topic, and you do not interrupt. And then you switch it and let the other person do likewise. I believe that tool or that exercise will help build communication because part of communication is listening. We have to learn how to listen that we learn how to properly communicate.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
I love the fact that we can come on here and help others because we're not saying that our marriage is perfect, but we've learned over years some things and tools to apply to our marriage. And that's one of the things is when you start applying these communication skills, you'll see your marriage grow.
That's it.
You see it get better.
Better.
It takes time. It's a process.
That's it. It's so alarming how many people are married and they do not properly communicate.
Yes.
One of the things that I believe that God made each and every one of us is a communicator. You have to learn to find out which way you communicate.
Yes.
And find out your strength versus your weakness, so we can equip each other in communication. That's just our honey buns that are ready. Our computer's communicating with us, letting know it's ready. That's all it was.
But, we just came on here to encourage you all that communication is important, and you want to talk to your spouse and let them know how you feel so they can know. If you don't tell them, how are they going to know? Mm-hmm. So, Pastor, tell them what they got to do tonight.
What they have to do tonight?
They got to comment, subscribe, and leave.
You didn't communicate that with me. Like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell for all our subscribers.
Yeah.
And we ask that you just personally share this YouTube channel with all that you know that can benefit from all of this marriage information.
Yeah. So we want you guys to know that we appreciate all our subscribers and our new subscribers. And we thank you for joining us. And we want you to know that marriage is doable.